So how are you guys doing?
Hey, fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's super. It's a good vibes in the studio.
Yes.
Good. That sounds exciting, actually, to hear you're in the studio. Um, so it sounds like good things are on their way? Question mark.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. We're recording a new song actually,
that's
which will
awesome.
be out sometime
Yeah,
later. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like soon I think.
Yeah,
yeah,
as soon as we can get it
Mm.
done and out, I guess.
that's great to hear. So I guess composition can take time. So is it fair to say that it's an ongoing process, or do you take time specifically to concentrate on it?
Yeah, usually eh, by our measurements, uh, we recently had their album out.
Yeah.
The Bleeding
Yes,
Veil
yes,
album, and the creativity takes a dip afterwards.
Yeah,
When you all get everything done.
I think so. I think it's some in some ways it's like never ending thing, like all the time ongoing, but it's ups and downs, and after we're done with an album it's definitely a big down.
Yeah,
For a while,
but
we,
just since we haven't made that many live shows, and also Toby had some cool riffs going on, and we said, hey, just make a song of it and we go and record it.
yeah.
yeah,
And we never really done that, because usually we make a whole album, and we really, it's a huge process where you really you put everything into it, and then you're really like out of inspiration for a while after. And now it was just like we're doing one song, and it's a fun thing to try to do that different.
Yeah,
yeah. And you guys all have home, well, not all, but maybe you have home studios, right? A lot of you?
yeah, for
Like you do
sure.
a lot of your recording. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do everything at home if we want to, but it's also fun to get out of the house,
Yes.
get get into the zone, with the boys and all, to go
Yeah.
to a real professional studio and just hang out.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think that's also like a little bit now, because I said we had some shows, and some shows got canceled because it's still very upside down in the
Yes.
world. So
For
so
sure.
it's like this is also like a fun weekend, away, being in the studio and making a song.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm glad to hear it.
Nice.
I'm sure people will be glad to hear it. So, since the Bleeding Veil, you've definitely kept yourself busy. I feel like putting out the live album was a really good move for you guys. You put out quality live shows. Some bands can't do that. Like they're not really that great live. Why do you think you guys do so well live?
Oh, thank you very much,
Thank
first
you.
of all. But that live album we put out.
Yeah.
It was just we had. I really liked that studio, the vibe and everything about it, and I really wanted to get back there and do something. And we knew that if we're going to get back to record a new album, it will take years to get back there.
Yeah.
And we were so blown away about the response, from all the people out there on the Bleeding Veil album. So we really wanted to go, in a we wanted to go back and make something cool, for appreciation and stuff.
Yeah.
As well, So when we made that live, it was a lot of rehearsing, at home,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
because we really like to play, and we like when it sounds good.
Yeah.
So you're gonna put the effort in, and maybe, if one band doesn't play as well live, maybe they haven't put as much effort in. Maybe, I don't know.
No, but it's also, I mean, like live is the apex of fun,
Yeah, for
as well
sure.
for the band. It's always been, about that. I mean, now we don't maybe rehearse as a band so much. We live wider apart, and we've got different stuff. But I mean, we have been playing in live setting. I mean, that's how we've been playing all the time. So I mean, that's also,
and how we've been hanging out.
yeah.
You know?
Yep.
So maybe that's something that the lays, it puts the foundation when you've been growing up in a rehearsal space, I guess.
Yeah, and I mean that's maybe why like it works good to play live, because it's like everybody really likes doing that.
Yeah.
And then it's different. I mean, playing live in a studio is definitely different than playing live on a stage. I mean, because
and it was the first time, should be said, that we were recording live, the entire band. But otherwise, you punch in parts and you do guitars and drums and everything.
Because we did also release like earlier a little like an EP of live recordings from a show we did in tour we did, and then that's a different thing, because then you're just you're doing a gig, and I mean you prepare mentally for that, and you like unleash that gig, and then it just happens to be recorded, and you we just see what happened. But like preparing for being live in a studio, you are really aware of that you're going to be recorded.
Yeah, and we wanted to do it the right way, so the only way to get it done right properly is to play well.
Yeah.
So that's good. Nobody's kicking and screaming going into the live thing. That's good. I feel like your finished product comes off very natural. Like you know how to use each member's best quality. Is it as natural as it seems?
It's a lot of fighting. It does it. We fight. Everyone, we like our stuff, of course. And I guess when you fight for your will, and what you feel and want in some certain way, if you go that long road, In Mourning will happen.
Yeah. We're very different, like in our musical tastes and everything. So I mean that we have been bashing our heads together a lot of times, of course, but I think also with time, we've been playing together for a long time now, and it's with time you find your natural place some ways as well. So now kind of know what the other guys are gonna do or think or say,
even before they say or do
a
stuff.
lot of times. so I mean, in that way, I think we maybe have more of a natural place for each member now than
more than ever than ever. But like the essence is to have a good time and make good songs, and like the best part of everything is that people actually care about what we do now. Or like I feel blessed for having that. And that's how should I put it? It's a good fuel, to do all the bashing with the heads and all, to get a good song or whatever, a good show or whatever, it's fun. Everything is fun.
I also think that like at least from the last album we made, and now really much now, we've also like maybe begun taking care of, or like maybe caring for the fun of it, like and like not because it's you get really into the performance, and like everyone needs to perform everything their very best. We need the best results from everything, and it's easy to forget the fun, or like that you're really pushing everything all the time. And then now we've also, I mean, we still push, but we also care for having a good time while doing it, I think.
Yeah.
Which I think is important. Feels important now.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's good. So you were talking about how you have different music that you're into and that. And actually something that I really like about In Mourning is that you're not definable. So there's groove, there's emotion, there's changes in pace, there's atmosphere, harshness, softness. Do you feel like this is a conscious effort, or it's more like you're saying there's so many different representations with the different people in the band, and that's just naturally what happens?
Yeah, I guess it's if you like, if you compose a song and you write a riff, and I feel like, okay, this is going to have like too fast vibe for Toby. He doesn't want like this, so I will try to make the riff, with his taste in mind. And the same goes with Björn and all the other guys, because I know what they like and all. And the same comes with lyrics and all. When we write, you kind of tweak, because in the back of your head, what the other guys would say and probably what they like. So I know if we would be by ourselves, only ourselves in mind, the music and everything will sound different.
Yeah,
because we are creating in the parts of the realms of In Mourning.
Yeah. And I think there too, time comes into it again, because like earlier we probably bashed our heads together more, and we had a lot of different, I wanted to be faster, and this guy wanted to be slower, and this one wants it to be softer, and the fifth guy wants it to be heavier. And I mean, it has been really important to have everything. Now I think it's just in the DNA of the band that we're really used to that. So I think it's more about, is this good or is this not, but it's constantly there somehow.
Yep. So sorry.
Just saying goodbye to.
Oh yeah. So you obviously found someone that works well with like doing your videos. I can't say her name properly. Anna or On.
Jonna is a Swedish name.
You have to have
she did your videos, and she did some of your live stuff. She did some stuff in the past. So what was that experience like, and how did you find her?
Yep. Funny thing is, she lives like, for me and Toby, we are neighbors. And she lives like 2 minutes walk from us.
Okay.
And how we found out about it, it's a small village, we live in. She makes super great photos.
Yeah.
And we took some. We wanted to take some photos, and then we were like, "Hey, you want to get into filming stuff? Music videos and all?" And she's like, "Yeah, of course. I want to start with that. Okay, let's make something."
And I think that's also, it's kind of a part of like what became a big thing around the last album we did, was like there's so much. There's been so much, you record stuff at home and you send it across the world to some other guy who process the sound, and you hire someone to make a video in another corner of the world. It's like, it's really practical with all the digital stuff, but we wanted to like embrace all the super talented, nice, like we have so many friends around us back home, who are really good, and we, in a lot of ways with the last album, we really wanted to bring stuff home and make stuff with people we know and we like. I mean, so it was also it's a really fun thing to do that.
And it's we also like doing, it's not just she is making a music video for us. She's making a music video with us, and we are making a video with her, so it's also her, it's creation.
Her video as it is ours,
I like that approach to work, because then, it gets the creativity flowing, when we have something and she has something, and together we make something new,
It's very quality anyways. It comes off quality, nothing amateur about it. Like, it's very good. I like it.
Happy to hear that. And that's a cool thing. She doesn't listen to heavy metal, so
we'll let her know though.
Yeah, we will. She knows now.
Yeah. So tell me about the experience reimagining Blood in the Furrows. What was that like to hear your song rearranged with additions of many musicians and instruments?
Oh yeah, it's magical. Oh, so the musicians were so talented, and just this guy who wrote like the piece, who wrote the string pieces,
arrangements.
Is living in Falun, and it's just so complex, at least for us, we don't know anything that happens, with all those arrangements and everything, and to hear that live with the musicians in studio, it was just amazing.
Yeah, it's and you don't really grasp that it's happening to your song either.
Exactly.
It's really weird. It feels really big, it's and I mean then like Alexander who remixed the thing is also, I mean, he's playing bass with us and he's a good friend, and he recorded all the guitars for the album, so it was like, everything fell together, We recorded the strings in the studio, which we played live, and with a lot of people. It all goes around, with a lot of great people and a lot of great stuff happening. So it's just a super, super cool thing.
Obviously, fans are important because they're consuming your art that you create. Can you tell me about a time a fan shared the impact that your music had on them?
Yeah, for sure. Without people listening to the music, it's, or coming to the shows. I mean, what would that be? So it's the playing live for me is the essence. It's like the biggest thing, and it's always it's hard to take in when people reach out, and say like, hey. Your music got me through the day today,
Or I mean, there's times where people come up and said it's gotten them through hard times, and it's like it's surreal, and
I mean, because I do it myself, I use music to go through hard times in life and all. It's just I have a hard time to see it about myself, though.
I mean, the natural reaction is like because it's not, you don't really see it that way. It's beautiful. I mean, it's wonderful that it means a lot to people. I mean, it's just it's flattering, I guess. It's hard.
It's definitely been my anthem. The Bleeding Veil has been my anthem record that I just keep putting on in the car, especially. But so I often go to music for different moods. For example, when I'm excited or I'm upset. Can you give me an example of a song that you might go to for a specific mood? Like we were just kind of talking about that idea.
Yeah, it's of course it depends in what. Sometimes I'm in a heavy metal phase, and I listen a lot to death metal and all. So I could put on something from that, but usually it's like I could put on some country music, when I'm feeling just wanted to listen to something other than distorted guitars, and just to I mean, it's a pop song, with Brad Paisley. If I put on him, it's just you listen to the lyrics. With country music, it's really dark lyrics sometimes, and I can find comfort in that lyrics, and also I can feel comfort in good melodies and tones, and then I will listen to melodic death, maybe. I think it depends. If I if I want to listen to lyrics, maybe I don't listen so much to heavy metal. I listen to something else. But tone wise, I go to death metal or something.
It's interesting. You definitely listen to different stuff, or because for different moods and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I think I listen to, I kind of not so much listen to metal music at home now, but it's like I really enjoy that, but it's a lot of softer stuff. I mean, I've been listening to some Nick Cave album with, like, you know, to letting some sadness out and stuff, and it's really has a big impact. But I mean, then again, all depends on the mood, you know. But it's always music.
Mhm.
I mean, if I come home and I feel really good, I put on some kind of music. You always put on some
Yeah.
kind of music, though, to enhance your mood.
Yeah, yeah, for
So,
sure.
I mean, it's
For sure.
Mhm.
So we were talking about how you got to get out and play some live music. So how was that experience after so long not being able to?
Yeah, it felt it felt like wild animals being kept, you know.
and released into the
Yeah.
to the tree, you know.
I felt like a happy cow
Yeah.
running to a field.
Yeah.
You know.
They have this thing in summer here when they release the cows out in the green fields so they can, you know, eat, I guess.
Yeah.
They're kicking and jumping, really
Oh,
happy.
do they actually do that? Around here, I've only seen one cow that was like kind of running, but yeah.
Now it's a thing here, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Am I way off? No,
No, for sure.
Step.
Yeah.
Release the cows.
Yeah. I've seen it with horses as well.
I mean,
here.
that's how we felt.
Yeah. Yeah, and also dangerously aware that I haven't been playing live for so long time, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Fuck, can I actually do this? Do
Yeah.
I know, how to put on a show?"
Yeah.
So
Definitely. I mean, it's still embedded with some, you know, bit of frustration. It's still a kind of hard, you know. You hear a lot of that, you know, tickets aren't selling as good. Everything is more expensive.
Yeah.
It seems like a hard thing still.
that's the not so sexy side of everything,
Yeah.
that
We
it
keep-
still struggles.
We can focus on the cow,
Yeah.
happy cow side of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go back to your roots a bit. So you guys are from the same area or like general area or?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when did you meet? Where did you meet the band?
You started in the band before me.
The band is older than. We both of us haven't really been part from the very beginning of the band, but the band is very old.
Yeah.
So I think the first demo that In Mourning put out in some way is from the year 2000.
Yeah.
And they put out some more demos, and I joined before the last demo, and you joined after the
last demo. Yeah.
So I mean,
So we're both from the start of the album era.
yeah.
Yeah. When we started putting out albums.
And I mean, we've been living like from the beginning. All of us is kind of from the same area.
Yeah.
But haven't really hung out like so much earlier.
No, but
before joining the band, I mean,
they needed guitarists when we started.
Yeah, and it's a small place, so it's finding guitarists. There are.
Yeah. Toby was probably he wanted to get together with my cousin, and that's why I'm in the band.
Oh, we also have that. My girlfriend knew Tobias' girlfriend, and we happened to meet up, and liked a lot of the same music. And one day it was like, "Hey, you should try out for a guitar,
with the band and all."
And then
to be an extra, the third guitarist.
Yeah, exactly. That was when we started having 3 guitars, and since then we've been playing. And now it's people move and have different lives and stuff, but we're from the same.
Yeah, I was looking it up. It's a fairly small area, but I'm from like a place. I'm saying I'm Canadian. Sorry.
Yeah.
Catching myself. Yeah. I'm from an area with only 5,000 people, so
Yeah.
you're from an area that's about 100. Is it 100,000 with surrounding area? Or am I wrong? I was just looking it up online.
Yeah, like
No.
yeah, if you say like
The area, yeah.
Yeah.
the area,
Yeah.
but you know where we live, it's like
Is it
yeah
1,000 or
9,000 or something.
Something like that. It's in the woods.
Yeah.
So when did you pick up an instrument and you knew that's what you wanted to do?
Hmm.
Like what age would you have been?
I actually started playing drums for a short while, and then I started.
I didn't know that.
No, but it was very short.
Oh,
It's not there.
okay.
I think. But an instrument. I mean, you also went through. In Sweden, we have this. When you were small, did you have blockflöte? You had to play the flute for a little while in school.
Yeah, but I didn't do that. I
Okay,
wanted
I
to
did
play guitar, so I said fuck blockflöte, and then
Okay,
the
you
flute.
knew already.
Yeah, but I played violin,
Okay, kind of guitar.
kind of guitar.
No, but
They say that's hard, eh? They say violin is pretty hard.
Yeah, I just I think I went like a couple of classes and then I quit because I also were into drums. I wanted to be a drummer,
yeah.
and I remember I was I don't know 6 or 7 years or something, and my parents were having dinners and all, and I was jamming to the music they were playing on cans. You know,
Yeah.
I built my own drum kit, with cans.
Yeah.
And then I remember my stepfather told me like, "Hey, why be a drummer when you can play guitar, and be the center of all parties, instead of being the drummer? No one wants to hear about drums; they want to hear guitar."
I think that. When did you start playing guitar?
I started strumming chords, like in 9 years or 8 years or something.
I think I was probably 12 or something.
Yeah.
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 So just a few questions for fun. What's the first name that comes to mind if you could bring back a musician or a band from the 60s?
60s.
Oh shit! I don't really have that. I think.
If you don't, that's okay.
Yeah, the first one I think of is Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
Because it would be fun to see what that guy would have been doing, in the modern times. It would be really nice because he was a cool dude.
Yeah. What about the 70s?
The 70s.
It's hard questions. I don't think I am.
Yeah, I think of Hendrix.
Yeah.
Because he was fairly young when he went away, and I'm a guitar nerd, and in the guitar community, Hendrix is like the holy grail, and everyone is worshiping him, and they're from all ages, guitarists from all ages, trying to play Hendrix licks, and and they are like 60 years old, play guitar their whole life, and they're worshiping a guy, that was he didn't get 30,
No.
so what a godlike player,
Yeah.
and how would that evolve?
Exactly. Yeah.
That would be like epic to know.
I think a lot of people would be interested in that.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Yeah.
What about the 80s?
What do we have from the 80s?
I feel like I don't have track of anything. When did things end?
Yeah.
Yeah, but also
From the 80s, what do we have? You have to think here.
Yeah, I'm thinking, but it goes really slow.
It's okay.
From the 80s.
We can skip the 80s and go to 90s.
Yeah.
We'll end on the 90s.
But I think a lot of stuff that did good stuff. Now you're getting further ahead in time. A lot of stuff that did good stuff in the 80s and 90s are still around. You know,
Yeah.
still doing stuff.
Yeah, I can think of anyone.
No,
You know.
I mean Bruce Springsteen is still there.
Yeah. For sure.
All is good.
Yeah.
A lot of the 80s metal bands are still there.
What would happen if Kurt Cobain would have still wandered this earth? You know, with the grunge and all. What? Because the grunge killed everything I liked. You know. And
although there's a lot of things that would be, if you could reverse it a little bit and go back in time, see something in the 80s, it would be really good to go back seeing Metallica in the 80s.
Yeah, for sure.
Something like that.
I'm noticing a lot of bands coming out lately that have like an 80s influence, like that pop 80s with metal. There's a lot of that coming out. But,
sure.
Yeah.
I'm all into shred the guitar and all, you know, and that has like the golden days, like the late 80s and all. So of course, I think that's something that bands like maybe also, you know, to grasp that. But I don't know. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
The snare.
Yeah, the snare sound. Yeah. Big
like
reverb.
The snare drum, you know.
Yeah.
That sound. You could bring that back.
Yeah, for sure.
Some people are.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for getting together with me, and I wish you well with your recording and all that's coming up. And yeah, you guys have been busy. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
For sure. It was fun to talk to you and also really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Have a great rest of your night.
Yeah, gonna go back into the recording room.
Yeah. Nobody's playing guitars.
As we speak.
As we speak.
That's great. Take care.
Okay, you too.